Hey, welcome back. I thought I would do another day in the life of a flower farmer. Of course, this is just the morning harvest, arranging all the flowers. So I really enjoy these mornings. It's just so quiet in the morning, beautiful. I can hear the birds chirping, and it's just really peaceful way to start the day. So I started with feverfew, that was the single variety. And then I did Rudbeckia triloba. That's just sort of the spray Rudbeckia, just the smaller ones. I find them a little bit easier and softer to arrange with. And then I'm going with my mixed zinnias. These ones I just threw in because the amaranth didn't come up very well. So this is just a mixed zinnia mix that I really have enjoyed. And then these are second year snaps. The Black Prince is the darker foliage, and then I think it's the Rocket Mix that is that pastel color, the pink and the yellow. Yeah, second year, really strong, sturdy stems, really strong, really tall as well, and prolific bloomers. I don't even know how many flushes I've gotten out of these, but definitely at least 3, maybe even 4 flushes, which is incredible. I'm really excited to see how long these snapdragons will come back for me. It's such a bonus to have things that I don't need to plant every single year. Zinnias do need to be planted every year. So this is the Oklahoma Salmon series, and this is probably by far my favorite zinnia this year. You can see on the right hand side of the bed I've got about 20 plants maybe, and they are just strong, sturdy stems, again prolific, just such a beautiful pastel. I find I can put them with almost anything and they just look so stunning. So definitely going to be growing these for every year moving forward. And then I also have the polar bear zinnia there that I'm cutting off right now. Another good one. White is just such a beautiful addition to a bouquet. It just sort of gives your eyes a break from all the color. And then these are first year snaps. Again, prolific bloomers. Snapdragons are just such a workhorse in the garden. I will always grow some sort of snap, that's for sure. Strawflowers are another one of my favorites. Definitely prolific bloomers. You can see by the stem length, they are so tall. I really, really enjoy it. So I've got the apricot, the white, and then I forget what the dark one is called, but I think most places sell that darker burgundy. Really, really beautiful, and I find that they're also very easy to match with. They kind of go with anything, and I always want to plug a few into every bouquet that I have. This is honeywort. I just love this plant. It is so beautiful, so unusual, a great foliage for a bouquet. And that purple little detail at the very top is just such a pretty little addition as well. It just makes you sort of take your time to look at the bouquet and slow down and enjoy all the little details in the bouquet. Or at least that's what I do when I'm looking at my bouquets. I always make sure to have filler flowers, foliage, spike element, and then the focal flowers, of course. So this is red orach, and it has reseeded from previous years, and it is such a beautiful plant. The first year, the seeds, I think those are seeds actually, not blooms, they were very small, but now that it's reseeded, it's become very healthy, and it's a beautiful plant, and I just can't wait for it to keep reseeding in my garden. All right, so this is what we left off with. I definitely overfilled this bucket. That is just a toxic trait of mine. I forget to bring more than one bucket, so I just stuff one full, and that's typically what I do. Anyway, so I lay out, this is my process. I usually make about 4 for my local store where we sell our bouquets. So I make 4, so I'm just laying down. I find this to be the easiest method for myself, just laying down piles of flowers, starting with my fillers and foliage, and then just laying them on top of each other just to make sure my bouquets are evenly divided. I sell these for $25, and I used to count the stem length, but now I sort of just go by the feel and what looks right, because I guess I've gotten a little bit more comfortable with it. So yeah, I laid down the single feverfew and then the triloba rudbeckia, and now here we are with the honeywort. I'm doing about 2 stems per bouquet. And then the red orach, and I think that's also 2 stems per bouquet. Usually I try to do 3, but these ones were quite large, and I didn't want them to take up too much of a presence in the bouquet. So yeah, just laying down in the piles, making sure everything is even. If one maybe has a larger stem, I'll sort of even it out next round, if that makes sense. Just making sure they're all generally the same size. And then here we are with the straw flowers. So I'm just sort of pairing all of my whites into one bouquet, all of my apricots into one. I find it easy to make a bouquet if I'm sort of keeping similar colors together, and then of course it gives the customers a choice, right? If they prefer a little bit more apricot or yellow, they can kind of go for that bouquet. So they're all very similar, which makes it easy to sort of do this assembly line production, but then there are some differences in the colors, and it just gives people the feel that they have a selection in which bouquet they choose. And of course the zinnias. They are the big impact flower for these bouquets, so I'm always making sure that I've got at least 4 or 5 of them, just to give you that big impact when you're looking at a bouquet. They just really draw your attention. I just think they're such a beautiful flower. And again, I'm sort of keeping similar colors together. If I've got a lot of the Oklahoma salmons, I'm sort of pairing those into one bouquet. The Queenie Lime series is a beautiful sort of blush zinnia, keeping those together, some of the yellow ones together, just so that it gives, yeah, that continuous look in the bouquet. And then lastly, my snaps. So I usually try and pair with what I have. Like I said, if I've got more of an apricot-y, peachy look, I try and pair my snapdragons with that, just to make it sort of more a complementary feel. This is my process. It's worked for me, but I'm sure other people do it differently as well. And once all of my piles are made, you can see I've got 4 individual piles. Those will be my bouquets. I'm grabbing the bottom half, which is usually the fillers and the foliage, and arranging those in my hand. I don't actually do the spiral technique. I know that's a very popular method. I usually feel like crossing the stems in my hand is usually enough, and it's so simple to do. And then just evenly spacing all of my flowers. So starting with the fillers and the foliage, like I said. And if I have weaker stems, they will also go in more of the center, because I find that this grid of stems sort of holds in the weaker stems. So it's a little bit of a trick I use. And then zinnias are usually a pretty strong stem, so I'm using them to sort of hold everything together, and I'm just evenly spacing them. I will sort of thread flowers into the center too if I feel like that's lacking a little bit, since those are fillers. The little feverfew flowers are so tiny, and it's nice to have a little bit more of an impact in the middle, so sometimes I will sort of thread it in just like I did there. So just spinning the bouquet in my hand, making sure everything looks even. These are just market bouquets. This is nothing fancy, so just making sure it's just a beautiful little package for someone. And then when all the bouquets are done, part of the job, you could say, is taking pictures and videos for social media to let my customers know that there are fresh bouquets available today. And this is what we left off with, very bright and cheery. I love the colors in these ones and how they came together. And the wrap is from Amazon. It was a really good deal. I forgot, maybe $20 for 100. And I think it just really finishes off the whole look. And this is an idea of what I post on my social media. And then we travel down to the store. I'm so blessed. It's only about a 5-minute drive. So quick and easy to get there. And this is just a little snippet of what the store looks like. I love this place. It's just a country market, restaurant, garden center. It's a real gem to have in our community. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next time. Bye.